Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Okamiden. In the last episode, we did side quests galore, got loads of completion here in Yakushi Village and in other areas of Nippon. And in this episode, we are going to be continuing with even more side quests. Now, this is probably going to be the last dedicated side quest video in Okamiden, just saying. The rest of Okamiden is pretty light on side quests, so this will probably be the last time that we actually have a bunch of side quests. Now, I want to go into this area because somewhere around here... No, don't go down the stairs. As I was saying, before a bad placement of stairs right there, thank you for that, game designers, interrupted me, there is actually one more manifest that we can grab while we are here in town. And I actually did not mean to go in there. Actually, wait, yes I did. In here, we can talk to these animals. Eek, eek. The kid says he needs to fight ogres. Eek, eek. If it gives me food, I'm in. What did he say to you? So these animals are also hints to the animal partners that Momotaro had in his mythological story. So that's kind of a nice thing to mention, I guess. Not really anything too out of the ordinary here, but Momotaro himself has something for us. I'm here to find some retainers, and you know, there's animals all over. Well, they won't listen to me at all. If only I had some of my grandmother's kibidango. But I don't, because all those darn demons stole every last one from me. What a bummer. Alright, so we need to go find his kibidango. So we're gonna find these in various areas of Shinshu Field inside of Demon Scrolls, okay? So we just need to get 3 kibidango. We also have to collect the brewer's ingredients in Hana Valley. And we need to go turn in Karude's fishing equipment. That is the last manifest in the entire game. Once we finish that, we have 100% in the way of manifests. So, we're just about done. With manifests at the very least. There's still quite a bit of story to go. Of course, I'd be sad if this was ending so soon, because I really do enjoy making these videos. But I digress. Let's go over to the shaman now, because there's actually something he's got for us. We could go to the blacksmith, but I don't really think there's nothing there for us quite yet. We don't have all the items that we need to make even more weapons. So let's see. Many people are starting to fill the town, and with as many people, they will need a shaman. Ha ha ha! I've completed all my incantations. Try one out if you think you're ready for it. After you have invited 9 people to Yakushi Village, he will now have Splash, even though it should be called Deluge, it's a mistranslation, Whirlwind, and Thunderbolt. Now, I could probably sell enough stuff to buy all these powers right now, but for the time being, I just want Whirlwind. Now, allow me to demonstrate Whirlwind really quick. What you do is, you draw 3 horizontal lines. And you see there, it creates a whirlwind around Chibi. Everywhere that you walk, you automatically use wind just from walking there. This is hands down the most overpowered, broken ability in the whole adventure. And you might be going, well, all it does is just make wind around Chibi. What's so broken about that? I will gladly show you. We need to go fight some demons to go turn in to complete those manifests, so we can get into some battles and I can demonstrate its power to you. Alright, here we are in Hana Valley. So, what we got right here is a red demon scroll indicating that it has an item from one of the manifests that we need, so we'll go ahead and fight it. Let's see what we got here. We have black demons. Okay, or black demons. Black imps. Black demons. Wow. Let's go ahead and use Whirlwind and check this out. Look at that. He cannot do a thing. As long as we stay under him, he can't even attack us. Yeah. If you keep using that, granted it does take quite a bit of ink to use, but if you keep using that, enemies can't do a thing to you. And if they are weak to wind, you do so much damage, it's not even funny. It is crazy how overpowered that attack is. It can even make some bosses a joke later on. It is ridiculous how overpowered it is. I will be demonstrating just how overpowered it is in situations that it is really just that overpowered, but I will be trying not to abuse it in really, really story-intensive battles. There we get a rice malt, which is a key ingredient for making sake. And what I'm basically going to do is, I'm going to cut to the locations of the other demons. Well, actually, you know what? I don't really feel like cutting right now. Because I guess there's other stuff I could talk about right now. Thing is, a lot of people have been saying that I praise a lot of stuff about Okamiden, but they do ask what I think about some things that aren't quite as good. I do kind of agree that The platforming isn't as good as in Okami, you know. They did a great job recreating the visuals in this game. Like, it looks very close to the original. Like, they did an amazing job for DS. I mean, it might look pixelated to you guys because it's being blown up, but I don't know. Probably the biggest complaint I hear about Okamiden from fans of the series is that it's very, very similar to the first one. And in all honesty, I don't see that as such a bad thing. Granted, there are times when that is a bad thing, but hear me out on this. This is only the second game in the series. This was like the third, fourth, or fifth game in the series, and it was still this similar. I could see that being a problem, but it is only the second game. And on top of that, just look at any top 100 list for like best PS2 games or best Wii games. Almost every gaming website that has lists like that has Okami near the top for both of those systems, and that's really impressive. Not to mention its numerous Game of the Year nominations and wins. It's just, I don't think it's a bad thing that the sequel is so similar, because if they tried creating another world and tried to make it as good as Nippon, I really can't help but think that it just would have been a disappointment. And while I do want to see the next game take place in a new land, I'm really glad that we did get one more game in Nippon at the very least, even if we don't get more. Right here, we got a battle against 2 Snake Sashes, which is going to be a lot of fun. We've kind of already fought these enemies plenty of times, so how about we just cut to getting the item. Cutting back to the room where the other demon scroll is, I actually walked past it because there's a branching path where the other one is. I will concede that Okamiden, it is a bit of an Okami 1.5 in some aspects, but the thing is, it exceeded all my expectations that I had for a sequel. And as a result, I'm very glad that we got it, because it was just one of the situations where Capcom was like, oh, the first one sold terribly, we are never going to give you a sequel, it's done. And yet, they did give us a sequel in time because they saw that over the years the demand was there. And I'm glad that we got a sequel, because Okamiden I thought was just going to be kind of an average game, but in all honesty, it is one of my favorite games on the DS, and the DS has a very big library of really great games. And as a result, I'm very glad that we got the sequel, because it kind of was a case of any sequel's better than no sequel, you know, with the history that Okami had. And yet, with that kind of attitude going into it, I was very pleasantly surprised that we got a pretty dang good game, because I'll concede that some things aren't quite as good as an Okami, but a lot of things are. It's just, I can't really say that for many sequels that were console to handheld, or heck, even not made by the same dev team. It's just, it's impressive what Capcom was able to pull off, and I'm very glad that we got this game. So, that's just kind of my whole thing on, you know, what people ask me, like, if I don't like that about Okamiden. No, I do. I like that it's similar to the first one. I think it could wear thin over time if we just got games that are like Okami and we didn't have games that actually change things up, but I think that for one sequel, it's not bad. And that it's still a very solid sequel. I mean, heck, I don't think anyone can deny, soundtrack does not disappoint this time around. I was honestly kind of worried about the soundtrack. Soundtrack is incredible. I really, really hope that you've been enjoying those tunes, because I've been trying to put a really big emphasis on music in this Let's Play, because this is one of my favorite soundtracks in video games. And that's quite a big thing to say about a newer game. I'll say that much, especially a newer handheld game. So, we got all 3 ingredients we got to get here in Hana Valley. We have everything that we needed to get. So now I'm going to go ahead and meet you guys out in Shinshu Field, where I am going to show you the locations of the 3 Demon Scrolls, where we get Momotaro's Kibidango. Okay, so right over off there in the distance is the entrance to Hana Valley, and coming from that, right over here is actually the first Demon Scroll that we need to fight. So it's kind of convenient that we went to Hana Valley and then came out here, and get over here! Get over! Thank you! God, I was like jumping into him, and he like kept going over the tree stump, and I'm like, I'm not an evil demon! Tree stumps are too mighty for my stubby little legs! So I wasn't able to do anything. That does eat through your ink rather quickly. And oftentimes you can finish off these enemies much quicker. So playing on the higher difficulty. Stop freaking being like, you don't let your partner attack enough! I don't know why I sound like Grounder from Sonic, but yeah. That's, can't believe I referenced that. I'll actually kind of admit something about that, kind of a random thing. As a kid, the really bad Sonic cartoon was the only one that I saw. I didn't know that the Saturday morning one even existed until I was like 15. And it was like, I went back to watch the really bad one, having fond memories of it, and I was just like, I don't remember it being like this. But anyway, right here, over by Thomas Place, we have a puppy that we can now invite. Woof woof! Sup, sup. That's kind of a bad translation. Woof woof, I can't find my brother, I don't know what to do. Woof woof, have you seen him? Yeah, let's tell him to go to Yakushi Village, we have a dog there. So that's where he went. Woof woof, thanks a bunch, I can't wait to see him. Get ourselves some more praise, and I think that might give us a level. If it doesn't, completing these last 2 manifests definitely will. Or rather, last 3 manifests. And, well, there's the next demon scroll we need to fight! That wasn't exactly what I was planning, but it works, it's convenient. Alright, so we have a Thunder Ear and an Ice Lips here. We have one of them weak to wind. Now, the other reason why I guess I can get into why Whirlwind is so broken is you might notice something. We have 2 different elements of enemies that are always weak to wind. Both the lightning element enemies and the fire element enemies are weak to wind. So you have 2 separate classes of enemies that are weak to it. So roughly, I guess you have darkness enemies and you have like the standard enemies, but most of the enemies in the game are going to be weak to it. And just as a result of that, that is what makes it so broken, because you can infinitely juggle your enemies in the air, they can't do a thing to you, and all at the same time, it's effective against most of the enemies that you will encounter. There's even some really powerful mid-boss type enemies that you're going to be fighting pretty soon that are weak to Whirlwind, so I highly recommend picking it up. Some of you might think it's cheap, and it kind of is, I'll admit, but just as a good tip that I can give if you happen to have trouble with, I don't know why you'd have trouble with enemies in this game, but just simply put, if you want to get through battles quickly, I highly recommend picking up Whirlwind for those reasons. So we're going to go ahead and finish off this Ice Lips right here. And come on, take off your shield, please. Come on, you know you want to take off your shield and let me kill you. There we go. Now fire burst! Ah! Burn! Did I do it wrong? Oh no, I got it. I got a demon skin. Okay, I'm happy about that. Then we got Kibidango B. And the very last demon that we need to fight is in a very classic location. And right here, by the Moon Cave, where we turn in Mika's holy icons early in the game, we have the last demon scroll that we need to fight. Collect your 2 demon skins, get a Kibidango C, and now we are done with every manifest in Okamiden. We just need to go turn them in. So I will meet you guys over by Karude so we can turn in the fishing equipment, over by Momotaro so we can turn in his Kibidangos, and over by the sake brewer to turn in his sake ingredients. Actually, wait, right here. Karude is over in Agata Forest, which is also very convenient for the order that I did stuff in here. On the way there, there's also an old woman. Now, only after the hot spring is built in Yakushi Village, after you've invited 7 people, only after you go there to the hot spring for the first time, will this one be here. Her arthritis has been acting up, so I'm going to show her the map of Yakushi Village, and that is yet another person that you can recruit to Yakushi Village. Doing that gets us another level! Alright, so 9 ink pots, 9 solar units, just 1 more of each to go until we have the maximum stats that we can possibly have. Not bad. Okay, so this is the earliest opportunity you have to come to Agata Forest after going to the Demon Market the second time, because after you go to the Demon Market the second time, unfortunately, it puts you right at Thundercloud, and you only get the ability to warp back here once you get Kagu. So, this is the earliest time you can possibly turn this in. I know, it's crazy. So, after 30 episodes of getting Karude's fishing equipment, he's making the fishing pole for Kokari! Never give him! For a whole 1/6 of a level. Die! 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 Make a tornado hit your friggin' house! Die! There used to be so many animals around here until those demons started moving in and pushing them out. The poor animals. Frickin'! I'm glad the animals left the frickin' forest and moved out. You're a hunter and I want you to starve to death and I want your death. And I hate your son and his stupid square nose, too. Alright, back in Momotaro's room. Here we have the puppy. I finally found my brother. I'm so happy. So how happy I might cry. Thanks a whole bunch. What did he say to you? We'll get some praise from him. Let's actually see what his brother has to say. Watch his brother be like, damn it, I thought I lost him. My little brother found me somehow. He's always trying to tag along on my adventures. Which would be okay if one subscribe. Wow, I was actually right. Anyway, Momotaro. Dramatic butthole shots! That song together with those visuals. My stolen Kibidango! I think that's all of them now. Now the animals here will definitely become our retainers. Thanks. It was our pleasure. We get some praise from him. Hopefully more than a friggin' fifth of a level. Actually less than a fifth of a level, okay. I can't hate Momotaro too much for that because we spent like not even half an episode on that. Unlike Karude, who thinks he's special and takes up 30 frickin' episodes of the Let's Play to complete his collection quest. God, Karude, you think you're more special than the other characters? Well, you're not, because as far as I know, you're not based on anything from mythology. So, you frickin' suck. Karude is based on something from mythology, please let me know, because I've never been able to find anything on him or Kokari, being the only two, I think, from Okami that I couldn't find anything on. And derpy old me, the sake brewer was right next to Momotaro's place at the inn. I did not need to walk all the way over there. My bad. My sake ingredients. That's everything then. Now I can get started on my world-class sake. Thank you. We're just happy to help. Now that world-class sake better be worth more than like 10% of a level. That was what even so much for 100%ing the frickin' manifests. Anyway, we have now done every manifest there is to do in Okamiden. Nothing else left to do in those collection quests. Now, what I want to do is, you might be asking, well, what are we doing next? Believe it or not, there is even more stuff for us to do, actually. Not in the way of manifests or necessarily side quests for the time being, but right over here, there's this old man walking around. You have to at least know about the hot spring before you can talk to him. I love picking up random dude materials, but I've spent so much time stooped over, it hurts to stand up straight. You don't have any hot springs or resorts in the area, do you? Let's show them the map of Yakushi Village. Now, I do have to wonder how they get to Yakushi Village if the way to Taka Pass is blocked off and there's nothing connecting Agata Forest to Ryoshima Coast anymore. So, I don't know, maybe old men have great powers of teleportation hidden in their beards. Actually, no, it's in the eyebrows. Have you ever seen anyone with eyebrows that big? That's right, you haven't, because they teleport away before you can see them. Perfect scientific explanation. So, there we go. We have invited just about everyone that we can invite to Yakushi Village. So there's really nothing else for us to do but head there, because now there's actually something new open to us. Again, you have to have invited the old woman, and you have to at least know about the hot springs before you can invite him. That is why I did not do this any sooner. So it was not me doing stuff out of order. That was actually the most convenient order we could have done stuff in, because we had no other reason to come to Ryoshima Coast. We go to the hot springs, where that old man and old woman said they would be. Hot Spring Resort is just the ticket I needed. My back feels so much better. I'm happy for you. I'm glad the dog you ride around was able to tell me about this. Thanks. And I like how he doesn't give any second thought that a dog told him about it. Okay, so, Hot Spring Resort is just heaven. Wow, it's great, Hans. How do you feel? I feel like all the grime has been cleansed from my body. It's only a fun place because of that dog with you. Thank you. Remember what she says there. The word grime highlighted in red is actually a bit of importance, I guess. So, what we need to do is we need to leave and come back. When I say leave and come back, I mean leave Yakushi Village all the way and come back. As in, either go out to Shinshu Field or use the mirror to warp somewhere else. Yeah. You've got some demon skins, he says. Will you give me 10 for 1,500 yen? Now, I don't really want to do this, but this is actually something new, is that the old man, he will actually buy demon materials from you. So if you have more than you need for weapons, you can actually take them here, and he will buy them from you. Old woman, I feel like all the grinds will cleanse my body. I was only able to find this dog with you. Okay. But over here we have somebody new. Grim. I just woke up and I was here. Go figure. All I remember is is the name Grim. I don't even know if that's my name. That sounds frustrating. Who am I and just what in the world am I doing here? So we talked to him. God, I cannot get a good view of his face because the camera's... There we go. You can kind of see him there for a second. So Grim has no idea where he is from. Well, you know what'll solve that problem? So you leave and come back once again, talk to him once more. Something's coming back to me. I remember floating in some kind of water when I was born. I think my grandma and grandpa were there too. Weird. I'm totally clueless. Well, he's clueless. You know what'll solve that? Leaving and coming back to this map always fixes everything. Talking to him again. I had the creepiest dream ever. I hopped into a hot spring and then my body melted. It freaked me out so bad I swear I'll never ever set foot in a hot spring. Ever! You shouldn't let dreams like that get to you. As if anyone's body has ever melted before. Good point. Hey, kid, can I talk to you in private? Did you say something? Nope, you must be hearing things. So we need to drop off Kagu, or whoever your partner may be when you're talking to him, and... Why am I always here alone? Yo, Egghead, do you have any friends? I don't really have anyone to hang with. Do you know anyone that would want to hang out with me? Let's tell him about Ayame. Egghead, you're the greatest, thanks. She sounds like she'd be a good friend. I never felt like I could talk to anyone about this before. Thanks. So, there's a girl his age. He's gonna go boom to go see Ayame. I can tell who he's got a crush on. So, how about we go see Ayame at her house now that Grim has gone over? Now, what's gonna happen is you're gonna head to Ayame's, and you're not gonna find any trace of her or Grim. However, you're gonna look and look and look and look and look, until eventually you come to a cave right here. Could they be doing something naughty? Like kissing? Oh my god, girls have cooties, I have to save him! No. Everything came back to me, including what my name means. The truth is, I'm not human. I thought so. But I could care less. I've made friends and I'll never be alone now. That's the ticket. You'll always have someone who cares about you. What's wrong with being different anyway? Differences make people special. Exactly, thanks. And he'll give us some praise for that. And I think that's always a good thing to remember in life, you know? In high school, people are always such tightwads, and they always hate you for being different. I never let it get to me. Guess what? I made a new friend. His name's Grim. He's the strongest boy I know. Thanks so much. It's so much more fun to play with someone than by yourself. I'm so glad I made a friend. So that's very sweet and sentimental. Not only did Ayame get over her illness, but she has her first really good friend now. So, about Grim. Remember how the woman was saying that grime had washed off her body? And how the old man was saying that spring felt life-giving? Well, the grime washed off of her body and came to life. Yeah. Old woman grime. That's Grim. Anyway, we actually have a few other side quests to do. And the thing is, I've been recording for an hour here. Not counting the stuff that I've cut out. It has been counting stuff that I'm having to cut out. Just because I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and there's a lot of backtracking. I've been recording for an hour. So you know what? Turns out there is going to be one more side quest video than this one. Just one more, okay? I know I always say that. This time I really mean it, okay? Next time on Okamiden, we are going to be doing a few more side quests with the people that we've invited here to Yakushi Village. See you guys then.